Hello everyone. This series of video is to show you my Inktober challenges in the past 3 years and to get prepared for the upcoming Inktober 2023. Throughout this series of videos, I want to show you the tips that you can use to go through the Inktober challenge and finish it successfully. Indeed, I managed to finish my Inktober in the past 3 years, 2022, 2021. And here I have the first edition 2020 that I want to show you in this specific video. If you like the video and you want me to show the other years, please leave a comment and subscribe the channel. The idea starts from the fact that I just started the 100 heads challenge. For those of you who doesn't know this, it's a challenge where you draw 100 portraits, trying to mix them from different perspectives and ages, men, women. But this is not the focus of this video. I'm making this because I want to get ready for Inktober and getting loose in my drawing and getting faster. As you may know, Inktober is a challenge with 31 prompts and you have to do an illustration every single day of October. So the time frame is really critical and crucial in this challenge. If you want me to show the 100 heads challenge as well in another separate video, please tell me as well. Something funny about this is that it's my very first sketchbook professional I bought 20 years ago when I started a short class in the International School of Comics, and I can clearly see the improvements here because then I stopped drawing for more than 10 years. Another 3 or 4 years ago I was starting again on this sketchbook, and still I can see good improvements from back then. But let's go to the topic of the video, Inktober 2020. So I was in the middle of the lockdown, and it's actually the year that pushed me to draw more. And I decided then to start this challenge that I've heard of. Day 1, fish. I was writing down the time frame that it took me to make the concept, the sketch, a pencil, and the inking part of the drawing as well. So for fish, for the first day, I just made a woman with a fish mouth face. Day 2, I was still warming up. It's quite terrible, and it took me 15 minutes sketch and 45 minutes ink. Day 3 was bulky. Actually, this is quite nice. 15 minutes sketch, 40 minutes ink. And the guy here, now I see is not perfect, the inking part, but it's quite good. Here I tried something a bit more complicated with some perspective of a guy listening to the radio with his headphones on the train. It took me a little bit more time. Some boundaries I put myself in this first year was to make everything in 1 hour because I couldn't afford more time than that. So I could suggest you, if you don't have that much time in that specific day, you can do the same, like say, I want to do something in 15 minutes, in half an hour, in 1 hour, or whatever time you have, and put a timer on and stick to that time. This will help you to really don't lose too much time in details and get lost. Most of the people I've heard of, they don't finish their Inktober challenge. They do the first days, or they do just one per week. That's also fine, but if you want to finish it, then you need some tricks. You cannot just go and try to make a masterpiece every single day. Blade is number 5, 20 minutes sketch, 60 minutes ink. Just a woman with some wrong perspective in the face, but Day 6 was very fun with rodent. I have this, I don't know the English name of this character. In Italian is Pippi Calzelunghe. Funny illustration. Fancy was one of my favorite actually. It's a woman and a skeleton and the monkey. I really like that. Day number 8 is teeth. This is actually not that good. I made too much lines for the face of the woman, of the old woman. Day number 9 is throw. That's also not very good in terms of perspective, and I was trying to make it something dynamic. These lines are too strong, there are quite a few problems, and cross-etching with the same size of the pen that I was using for the line art is not a good idea because it gets too much confusion in your drawing. So I would suggest that for cross-etching you either don't do this way or you use a very light fine liner. You can either use a 0.05 or 0.03 also existing. This is one of my favorite as well, number 10, Hope. And there was this contrast of the hope of this girl to get loved by robots, but it's clearly not possible. I think I sold also a few prints of this. Here is the masterpiece of this year, I would say, is really my favorite and was my favorite for quite a few times. I sold some prints, it's disgusting, and I just did something very gore splatters with a head blowing up. It's actually a mix of brain and eyes, balls and flowers as well, so it's a bit contrasting. I remember I used as reference for this the style of Miriam Tilson, that is a great artist you can find on YouTube as well or other social media. I was more flexible at day 12 with Slippery because apart from this leg that can be a little bit strange, I think the whole composition was good, the dynamicity of the character is good. I make this fan service style manga apart from the leg and the banana that is not perfect. Dune, day 13, we go down again. It's very messy. Too black. The woman is, what's happened is burned or I don't know. Let's go on. Day 14 is Armor. That's not bad actually, although the cross-section problems as well. I think here I worked quite well and overall details on the bones and the armor itself quite good. Day 15, Outpost. I think this was quite successful also on the social media. Day 16 is Rocket. That's also nice, I would say, with this dynamic character. Was funny. Something I try to stick here also in my Inktober is to have a common technique first and the common meaning or let's say topic. This was the first year I was still bunching from one topic to another, but the technique was always only fine liner here. Then in Inktober 2021 I added gray tones with Ecoline brush pens. And in October 2022, I added gold details with a gold pen. And this was kind of Storm from the X-Men comics. This took me quite a long time to ink, 70 minutes. And probably here I didn't have enough time because just this easy spider web with water drops in the day 18 trap. That's also something you can do if you don't have time that day. Don't push yourself to do 1 hour drawing, just stick to 5 minutes sketch, 40 minutes ink. That's also quite long, but you can do something in 15 minutes, I think. In day 19 DT, I was playing with perspective with no success actually. I was recently in the Clifford Moher in Ireland. I was trying to remember those amazing landscapes there. Day 20 is quite creepy, and I think this was what I wanted to achieve, the contrast between the classical selfie position of a Japanese girl and some crazy coral stuff growing on her shoulders and everywhere. Sleep, day 21 is depressive mode, the cross-hatching is terrible, it looks burned as well, drugs falling apart. This is good actually, is day 2022, Chef. It's actually well inked and the character and dynamics are good. I think I didn't use any reference for this, so let's make it even better. Day 23, Rip. Here I was trying to do something fancy, like using the famous statue of the Christ dying, Madonna keeping Jesus between her arms, and I make it like a sci-fi with aliens, octopus style stuff. Day 24 is dig. He was trying to dig inside itself, and there is a full universe inside. And the position is also from Muriel Tinson, I think. Well, it's not that good, I would say. Oh, it was the time of the series of Netflix, Queen of Gambits, that's the name. For Buddy, Day 25. Took me 100 minutes ink and 60 minutes sketch. I was completely going out of my timetable here. That's why here I try to stick again to the 60 minutes doing this hide. That was, I think, a drawing I did in the past, and even in a better way than this. There is like a wrong one and a correct one, and I try to make some effect with no success. Horrible. It's like very wrong in anatomy and everything. It's day 27, music, let's move on. Float, day 28. I took this alien escape thingy. So last year, I think, something similar, but with more characters. It's not bad, actually. Also, this effect on the alien shuttle is, I like it. And here I also use a reference, famous painting, you know what I mean? The God and Adam. And, oh, this is good. Shows, number 29. The legs are maybe too long, but it was also a game of perspective. Some mangas I was using in my teenage, like Eiichiro Oda, One Piece, they were using that strong perspective effects, and I wanted to put emphasis on the shows that are actually quite detailed. Took me 90 minutes ink. Also from Netflix is Stranger Things, but day 30 is Ominous, and it's not bad. I was really warming up at the end of the month. Day 31 is Crawl, some horror movie, I think. This effect that reminds some swords. Here is finished with my Inktober 2020. I hope you liked this video. If so, please subscribe the channel and leave a like. Tell me if you want to see the next years, 2021 and 2022. And I see you in the next video for some more tips about Inktober challenge and how to finish it. Bye!